No longer hosting. Hello, everyone. This is the new edition of the Linux Minute Daily. I'm your host, Guy the IT Guy. Get the microphone closer to my face as the music spins. And today, we're covering a little bit of emulation. This is actually some interesting emulation, to be exact. Kotaku covered this. I guess there was an update to this emulator. This emulator is very unique. It can take, like your regular 2D Nintendo NES games, and as you can see here in the video, it can turn them into 3D style games. Yes, it can do it with Mega Man, Super Mario Brothers, and Super Mario Brothers 3. I haven't been able to get to work with Super Mario Brothers 2 as of yet, but I'm going to try different filters. Maybe, email the developer, see if Super Mario 2 is in the works for it. Because it looks like they've got to create different textures and whatnot. I mean, apparently, you can play Contra. I haven't played Contra yet. But I figure I'll get down into the down and dirty of it all. I've actually purchased this. It is $10 on the Steam store. It's on sale right now for, I think I got it for $8.50 or maybe $8.99. I got it on sale. But it doesn't matter. It's normally $10, which is cool. It's called 3D Sin. Let's see if I can find its name to do the correct spelling. Here we go. 3D Sen, like Senpai. I was like 3D Sin. And as Kotaku reports here, it's a strange new product appeared on Steam last week. So yeah, it just appeared on Steam last week. It's a Nintendo Entertainment System emulator that translates 2D pixel graphics of classic 8-bit video games into 3D worlds built with voxels. It's called 3D Sin. And it has a standard and a standard plus VR version and lets you experience a select slice of NES library from unusual and new perspectives. I haven't found, excuse me, a little bit of cold. No, it's not the coronavirus. A lot of people don't want to say that on their streams and whatnot. I'm like, I'll be demonetized. They'll take my channel away. No, they won't. But I haven't seen the standard VR version. I mean, okay, there's the link to it. Let's see what this does. Let's look at the standard VR version. See how much they charge for the VR version. I don't have a VR headset for the PC. Oh, it's just a demo. Okay, it's normally $20. It's on sale right now until July 9th for $13.99. That's for the VR version. I bet that's awesome. I'll put on a VR headset and watch this go all nuclear. Let's hit mute just in case it plays Nintendo music. I don't get demonetized. Or actually, just DMC takedown is what you get anymore. Well, it's standard VR version, so in virtual reality, that'd be a trip. Playing NES games in virtual reality, it's just like, instead of playing them on a standard CRT monitor / TV, or even on your LCD screen, play them in, holy cow. Been up since 5. But playing them in virtual reality would be trippy. As you can see, this guy is tripping out. Okay, I guess you need the Oculus. Thought they're discontinuing that thing. Maybe not. Oh no, that's the Oculus Go. They're breaking it down to the $300 version, so everybody can afford virtual reality. But that would be trippy to play that in virtual reality. I mean, I got a Google Pixel 2 XL. And when I bought it at the Verizon store, because I paid cash outright for the phone, it came with the little headset, so you could slide the phone into the headset, and it came with the 3D controller, which I lost the 3D controller. But it was Bluetooth, and that's just trippy to play games in VR. I got a VR headset from my PlayStation 4. I just couldn't imagine playing NES games like Mario and, stuff like Mega Man. And whatever that game was, I wasn't even paying attention. That's kind of weird. We'll skip it ahead. Skip it ahead. Don't even know what. Maybe it's not Ghouls and Ghosts. I don't know. Maybe it's a demo game. Been working on 3D Zen VR since 2015. It's always and still challenging but joyful adventure to me. So I truly believe the best way to break the current limits is to create more innovative experience is going with the community. We'll do it together. Okay, let's go back to over here. Man, I mean, you see it in the video and it's like, okay, that looks cool, but no, I've actually got it loaded up here, down here, and I'm gonna show you a demo sample. I was playing Super Mario Brothers 3, and without even rotating the screen a little bit, because you don't really have to rotate the screen, but you know, you can rotate it just a slight bit, and just rotating it just a hair, just 2 degrees, just makes Super Mario 3 look altogether different. It looks like it should when it's ported over to the Switch or something, you know. I mean, it doesn't. The graphics aren't updated; they just become 3D. And honest to goodness, it looks pretty cool. And 3D Sin just didn't pop out of nowhere. Creator Tran Vu Truck. I'm presuming it's pronounced truck. We'll call it truck until somebody goes, "Oh, it's Truk." Started the project over 5 years ago. It was called 3D NES. And even the first demos turned heads. 3D Sin is considerably more polished and usable now, so much that Tran decided it was good enough to sell on Steam. He also sells the VR version on itch.io. It doesn't even have to do that. That's on Steam now too. And it's an NES emulator, so you need the game ROMs to run it. Everybody's got ROMs. Everybody's got their source to go get ROMs. So basically, you just get the emulator. The ROMs are not included in the package, so you just have to find those for yourself. 3D Sin's claim to fame is the ability to 3Dify about 70 different games and the beloved console's massive library. I wasn't looking through it too much, but I really hope Batman is in there. I enjoyed Batman on the NES. I mean, I know it sounds kind of nerdy, but Batman on the NES and the Sega Genesis was pretty cool. And yes, I owned an NES, and then I kind of got packed away, and then I got a Sega Genesis when I graduated high school, and it was like, bam. It was a Sega CD Genesis. It was the JVC XI. It was a whole thing in one. And then I had the 32X part to drop in on the top. Man, that was fun. And then I got married, and then my wife played it. And okay, and that's a relatively small number. The reason is Trans told Kotaku via emails because it's actually a lot of work to convert the graphics even into a simple NES game into voxels, polygons, and skyboxes. The amount of work really depends on the graphics complexity, gameplay, and duration. And if there's any 3D gameplay element in the game, Tran said, for example, simple games like Mario Brothers, Dr. Mario, Donkey Kong, and Galaga only require several days of work. While games like Super Mario Brothers 3, Legend of Zelda, and Excitebike, Legend of Zelda, gotta play that, require weeks and even months to be created. A number of variables make the process difficult, and for starters, adapting the 2D graphics to visually sparse 8-bit games to render in 3D is relatively uncharted territory, and in many ways, Tran had to make up with it as he goes, on both technical and artistic levels. And what's more, it's not always obvious on how to read the chunky pixels of a low-res sprite. As Tran states, I often have difficulties to fully understand the pixelated graphics in the NES games. They have a high level of abstraction, so sometimes it takes a lot of time to fully understand what some graphic elements represent. And in the project's early days, Tran experimented with automatic algorithmic conversions, but while he considers that an interesting topic for theoretical future research, he quickly learned that only painstakingly handmade conversions could offer a pleasing level of sophistication and polish. So, gotta give it your all. I think this is his YouTube video. Let's follow the link down the hole. Come on, little rabbit. Where are you taking us to? Hopefully it's his video. Connecting. Oh, it's a commercial for Disney Plus. Go away, Disney Plus. We don't want Disney Plus. It's a good thing I got the audio turned down, I think. Cloud not signed in. Steam's still there. That's pretty cool right there. That's like, wow. Just playing, I think that was Spy Hunter. Okay, I never got that far in Mario, but oh my god, what game is that? It's a not Bubble Bobble. Oh, what is that little dude? Oh, little dude. So you see how Mario looks? Let's jump on over there. I'm not sure what game that is. Ah, there you go. Metroid. What the crap? Rescue Rangers? There's Mario. That looks like Spy Hunter. I could be wrong, though. Probably should get off that before YouTube goes all belly up. It's like, oh, you're stealing. Okay, go away. Let's go back. Nope, too far back. Okay, there we go. We're back. And one reason why he puts in so much polish of these games is because 3D Syn's rendering engine offers an even increasing number of tricks for interpreting games' flat bitmaps as 3D objects. For example, if you watch Emulator's latest YouTube trailer, you'll notice details like Super Mario Bros. Title screen and suspension bridges are morphing and bobbling smoothly. Castlevania's background skeleton swaying on chains while casting a shadow. And Super Mario Bros. 3, Royal's Palace floor extending out of the screen. And so on. And all of these touches exist solely basically because Tran took the time to carefully implement them on a per-game basis. And you can see why a brute force computer version would prove compelling. Translating NES graphics into 3D Syn is very much an art form. Another person could try and convert a given game and come up with an entirely differently looking result. And in fact, they might have the chance to do that since one of the project's next major phases will be releasing the 3D Syn Maker tool so that users can 3Dify games themselves. That's the most interesting part. Because even if it comes out and he's like, yo man, I got charged $30 for this. I'll be like, take my money, please. I would have so much fun because if Batman isn't done, I'll do Batman. I probably won't be any good at it, but I'll do Batman. And as many tricks as 3D Syn has as up its sleeve, some games present too many challenges to convert, at least right now. Games with 3D perspective, pseudo 3D graphics, or 3D gameplay are very hard to be 3Dified with the current 3D Syn engine, and 3D Syn will need a lot more work to be able to properly handle them, unless he can implement some kind of AI into it to, basically, some kind of AI tool. Would be great if he could implement that in there and figure it out. The hardest thing to 3Dify is 3D itself. Since it takes so much work to convert just one game, Tran has to pick and choose where to focus his efforts. Once he weeds out the technically difficult games, he then uses several criteria to help decide which games to do next. These include how popular the game is on the internet, how often 3D Syn's fans request it, and how nostalgic Tran himself is for the game. Tran plans to convert as many games as he can, unsurprising considering that the 3D visuals are 3D Syn's main attraction. Like, wow, Legend of Zelda VR? I wouldn't even know what to make of that. Oh. That's just somebody, but yeah, we're not going to get the full effect of that. Another area that may get more attention in the future is alternate control methods. 3D Syn's VR version already supports standard VR controllers and offers what is by most accounts a very pleasant virtual light gun experience. Potential does exist for adding motion-based punching to a game like Punch-Out, for example, but that's on the back burner for now. 3D Syn is the rare emulator that focuses not on accuracy or compatibility, but a unique feature of all its own, while translating 30-year-old NES graphics into 3D voxels probably won't spark a large trend. The best 3D Sin conversions are neat to look at and play with, and people seem to dig the idea of experiencing childhood favorites from a new perspective. I'm one of them. I grew up with Super Mario. Super Mario came out when I was in the 6th grade, man. Because it was 1986? Yeah, I was in the 6th grade. Yeah, I'm old, but I'm not no damn boomer. So don't go, okay, boomer. My parents are boomers. Those are boomers. The old people. But man, I played Super Mario in the 6th grade. I remember getting our first NES when I was in junior high. Man, that was something. But everything has evolved so much, now you can play them in 3D. Cartoon games? What? No. Okay. 3D Sin's Maker release will add some exciting potential too. Please keep in mind that we can have many profiles with different 3D interpretations for each game, said Tran. It will become interesting to see different 3D interpretations from different people. Yeah, I get a hold of Batman. If I can do that, of course, I don't think anybody will do the 3D conversion for Star Wars, because on the NES, they're just, they're bad. Man, no one ever shows Vice Project Doom any love because it sucks so pretty tough. What? Who cares? Vice Project Doom? I don't even know what that is. What did that have to do with the article? Absolutely nothing. Okay, here's what it looks like when you boot it up. Actually, it's a black screen, but if you just hit your escape key, it'll bring the menu up. I got the volume turned down, and I got the background music off. I'll turn it on. But I still got my background music playing here. Yes, I'm still on my archaic laptop. I have ordered parts to build a streaming PC. I will fully document that / record it, make it a video, and post it. But the last of the parts don't come in until January. Yeah, January. Man, that's a hell of a wait. The last of the parts do not come in until July 10th. So, when they come in on July 10th, which I don't remember, I think that's Friday next week, because it's going to be an AMD Ryzen basically based computer, and it is $390. That's right, that includes case. It includes the case, the motherboard, the processor, the RAM, power supply. The only thing that does not include is the hard drive and graphics card. But then again, this motherboard has one HDMI out. I'll have to look at it again. It looked like it had an HDMI in, but don't quote me on that. It has a display port, and then it had a couple other video ports. I was like, wow, this motherboard's got it all. But then I've got my Aver Media capture card, which is $150. So if you were to count everything up, it would technically be a streaming PC for $550. Including it's including the cheap price of a hard drive. But I've already got a 4 terabyte hard drive I'm gonna throw in there. It's not necessary, but I gotta put it somewhere. I'm not using it. Might as well put it somewhere. But yeah, it's like I found all the cheapest parts I could on Amazon and Newegg, and pretty much it's gonna blow any computer I have in my house, sadly enough. But it'll be good enough for streaming, even though it's basically a sub $400 PC. It's actually $375 altogether. But I've already got the hard drive and a graphics card and a video capture card to throw in there, so I didn't need nothing else. Okay, so let's get into the game. First, we are going to boot up Super Mario Brothers. There's Mario Brothers. I didn't do that. Right, so let's go ahead and boot up Mario Brothers. Ooh, it's all wonky. Look at that. Okay, we need to go... We need to go full screen here. I took it off of full screen so I could get back to it easily. Okay, there we go. And I've got an NES type controller plugged in. It's a controller by Game Bound. I got it on Amazon. It's actually a pretty good controller. As you can see, really, this is just looking at the game without even rotating it, because, oh, there we go. See, you can rotate it. Isn't that the cat's tits? I don't even know what to call it. It's just, that's the shit, man. That's awesome. It's like you can just rotate it. The problem is that an NES controller only has 4 buttons and a D-pad. Unless you can hook up 2 controllers to use the second controller to move stuff around, or somehow figure out how to get the keyboard to do it. Because I have not figured that out yet. But then again, I just bought it. I'll figure it out for a time. So you can even play backwards, which would be, it's really weird. It's hard to do. Oh, look at that. Super Mario came out in 1985. Well, we didn't get it until I was in the 6th grade anyway. And I keep trying to get this set just right. Because, I mean, look at that. That's all in 3D. Cast shadows down on the red rocks. I mean, it's like it was made in Minecraft or something. It's very Minecrafty. Okay, we'll just have to go with that. And I've got the world put to stars in the background. And it's like, dun, 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 dun. But I've got the music turned off. So that way I don't get hit or something. But see, everything is in 3D. I mean, you don't even really have to mess with anything. Although you could. You'd be like, oh, come here, Mario. Let me torture you. Now, this is really hard to play like this because you got to push the opposite way that you move. As long as you can remember that, then you have no issues. Oh, no, Mario. So let's spin it back the other way because I have issues playing it like that. Or you could play it like this, but that's really hard. Because some blocks will block your view of Mario. Oh, well, let's go back and get these coin blocks while I'm thinking of it. And this is an old laptop, so this is kind of stuttering because I'm streaming at the same time now. When my stream machine gets put together, I should not have any problems. I might even, boop, come on, Mario. I might even, oh, where is that magic mushroom? I know it's there. Ah, there we go. Yay, 1-up. It'd be funny, you get the 1-up and then fall down the hole. I've done that several times. I'm like, ah. The fire flower looks like a UFO. Oh, this is hard to play because the processor with the playing the music in the background. Ah. And streaming at the same time is really putting a hindrance on it. But normally, you could play this and it's smooth. Matter of fact, Mario 3 is a little too smooth, but you can, excuse me, you can turn you can turn the speed up and down, which is kind of really cool. Like, aha, got you. I mean, I like that this is all in 3D. It's like, yeah. I'm going to install this on my main computer. It sits out in the front room, and then I can play this. Let's see if I can get the fireworks. In 0, go. Did I get the fireworks? I hit it on 6. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, fireworks! 6 explosions for 6 points. Hoorah! And if you get it on 8, I think you get 8 explosions. Let's go down into the subterranean subworld level and see what that looks like. Because once you know what that... Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. Of course, I set it for starry background. Well, it's on... Oh, what is the name of that background? Let's just take a look at more of these effects. They just kind of... Oh, wow, he almost blends in with the blocks. Ah, you jerk. I'm out of here. Okay. Here we go. You see, you can slow up. You can speed up or slow down the game itself if it's like lagging too much. But let's click game and let's go to Super Mario Brothers 3. Did I click the right one? No, I did not. It moved up there. Take me to that one. Take me to that one. No! There we go. Super Mario 3. Okay. Play game. Now this, like, you don't even have to really do anything with it. I mean, when you play these games in 3D, if you want, you could just leave them like this, and it's like, wow, Mario's in 3D. So it gives it a little bit of updated look. See, emulation plus trying to stream and play music at the same time is killing me here. It's really affecting the emulator. But this emulator is $10, but to me, it's definitely worth it. I mean, this is pretty cool. Everything is in 3D. Just crank it a little bit. Let me rotate it back the other way here. He's hiding behind a block. Coward Mario. There we go. Oh, yep, that's right. Come here, little turtle dude. Let's see if I can get this done. Boing. It's all mine. Ah. But yeah, the emulation is really suffering because of what I'm trying to do here all at the same time on this crappy ass computer. It's not so much that it's crappy. This laptop, it was built in 2012, so the thermal paste between the CPU and the heatsink is probably baked pretty good. I wanted to rotate it in such a way. I mean, you can even zoom out on this too. Everything's sticking out. It's like the mountains. I wish I had Zelda downloaded, because that would be fun to play Zelda. Because Zelda, I'm just going to assume, looks 3D as hell. But I did not download Zelda from my ROM site. I will not divulge my ROM site unless you private message me / just send me an email if you want to know where I get mine from. You know, obviously, you know, you can get them from places that are just like, wow, there's ROMs here. Hint, hint, hint. But yeah, I don't know where to download ROMs from. But that has been 3D Sin. Is it worth the $10 full asking price? Yes, it is. I would buy it. I did buy it. As you can tell, I love this. This thing is pretty awesome. And since it's on Steam, I can download it to any computer I have Steam installed on, which is a definite must. I mean, yeah, I know this had nothing to do with Linux today, but then again, this channel is all about Linux and, you know, basically for the, you know, Linux for the rest of us, really. And, you know, PC news and game and emulation news, basically. So, there you go. But I'm Guy the IT Guy, and this has been the Linux Minute. Now, if I could just hit the stop button. Stop!